This is the A-type team, so we know they're a little bit known for, you know, being more try-hard than their B team. So maybe
I know.
Sweat will transition into the actual match, meaning that we get to see a lot of like very well-constructed plays. I don't know if they didn't pick shipment. It was the enemy team, PIGA. So maybe they have something up their sleeve.
I think it comes down to if PIGA can up the pace and like outpace the other team. Then it's going to be tough, even if Renraku has the
There's a lot of recon from
tactical
Renraku
advantage. Yeah, I'm surprised to see 3 recons on Renraku. Let's see how
Yep, Renraku going off with 3 recons, 2 assaults versus 2 assaults, 2 recons, and a support. John being the support here, having the smoke as a leverage. So there's already stuff popping off instantly. Pretty much expected to have the shotgun coming out on the recon. Renraku already down 2 people. This is going to be a high tempo match if this keeps up. That was such a good trade of weapons too. I think that's why the support was put in. Ooh, Kaz is being pincered in the warehouse here. Very good pincer to counter this. But they're still down 1 man. They have to make up for it. But then, oh, geez, Smile and Zippy just working together, taking out Daimler, who got John. All the Lego rays are going down. Lizard now taking Fairy here. That's 1 shotgun down. Smile needs to hold back, 9 HP. But Lizard on full health, now being exposed by one of the players. I think it was Smile. Getting caught from behind. Quick flank to be put on display. Well, it all boils down to how he can utilize the roof from here. Dropping down. He made a drop noise, but it was not enough. Grass being taken down. It all boils down to Zippy now. Zippy on the Ghost. Probably the wisest choice to make, but is that positioning wise? It's a very open spot he's sitting and very exposed from several angles. Well, is Lizard making his way? Very audibly going into the basement now. The cloak is heard. Zippy probably heard that from that range. Jumping towards it, looking the right way. And Zippy actually makes it. What a nice positioning there, if it wasn't for the fact that flanking could have been a possibility. Then again, Lizard was pretty audible coming down there, so it was a very clear call to look that way.
That's a nice try by Lizard, though. Killing
it wasn't
to catch up.
Yeah, it was a 3v1, and he managed to kill 2 guys because they didn't stay together.
Well, they really got caught up in a good flank several times. It seems like it doesn't matter, though. They stick with 3 recons and 2 assaults. The team composition being exactly the same, I expect that Ferry is going to once again carry the shotgun. Yes. So, that shotgun, like, that support is only there to trade the gun. Seems like they have a lot of roof control over on Renraku's side. They're really trying to get the high ground here. The Ghost being out in the open on the containers, so I can see that being a good strat. Zippy staring to push, catching Rusher from behind, quickly traded with Lego, being able to catch on. Lizard following up, taking the shotgun out of play, meaning John's down with the SRM. Smile trying to get a drop here through the door. Lizard armed with a shotgun, can't really do much about that. If Smile's gonna keep pushing the door like that, the shotgun's not gonna help him. Daimler giving the intel here outside. Slowly calling out Smile. Smile still taking Lizard here, which is probably right now the strongest player. A lot of action going down. John trying to like spray through the garage, trying to stop the Ghost carrier. Not seeing Lego Racer here. Grass taking on that for him. Doesn't matter though, because I don't know why, but they just wouldn't come out to stop the Ghost, meaning that Renraku got the Ghost cap. The ranks are now evened out. 2 corporals and 3 privates on each team. What a thrown away round.
Yeah, I don't know what they were trying to achieve there.
I don't know what happened there. I can't really explain because they weren't really stopped by anything. They could have at least physically pushed out to shoot at the Ghost carrier first. Team compositions remaining exactly the same. The shotgun, once again, equipped by Ferry. This time, really no chance to do much here. Dahmer just taking him out of play immediately. Oh, kind of rough here now with that shotgun out. It seems like John this time was not given an SRM but a Jide instead. The Ghost seems to favor the outside right now. The only smoke and play, barely doing any coverage here. John pinned between the containers, struck down by a quick flank from behind. Well, it seems like one man after another is just falling. Everybody kind of split apart here. The Ghost once again in play, quickly calling out grass on the high spots here. Interesting to see that MX on grass being come into play so late. It's 2-1 for Jinrai, but nothing is set in stone. Both teams very eager to take on fights, despite of how spread apart PIGA seem to be in this round. This is exactly the mentality they should be having. Just go in. What were you going to say, Adju?
Yeah, PIGA should play more like a team. What's the problem there? And I'm surprised that Renraku is still sticking to the class composition they started off with. It didn't work out too well for them in the first round, but somehow they took the second and now the third, so...
Well, Lizard right on top of the Ghost, above, taking the rooftop side yet again. Seems like the recons really like the rooftop to get the intel early. In this case, it seems like people just realized the Ghost is in the basement. This time actually working as a team to try to cover angles. Even the recons just trying to stick in. Dahmer taking the fall damage from being softened up. What a hard fall. Lego Racer just following up. This is devastating. It was a good trade to make up for it, though, but being down that one person is still going to make up for it, meaning that they have one Ghost carrier to even have the playing field with the firepower. They're really trading the guns and really trading the firepower, really trying to get those kills quick and fast whenever somebody goes down now. This is how it should be going. It's once again up to Lizard now, trying to clutch out the round. The Ghost was dropped from the looks of it. Everybody just kind of gauging. What is happening here? Grass is not realizing what's going on. Grass completely not seeing him sit there. The Lizard now obtaining an MX to go into vents. Wow, I did not expect him to just not to just be oblivious to it. This is going to be interesting now. Lizard has entered the basement. Is slowly circling around the Ghost. Probably expecting something similar to when Sippy took him on in the first round here. But nobody's here. Everybody's just slowly pushing in now. And sure enough, he wasn't ready for that. Looking the wrong way. Caught by Zippy, who played the support role this time around. Wow. I mean, I was expecting them to even it out and like get a fair fight in, because the teams being semi-equal, but this really shapes up to be an interesting match right from the get-go for me.
It's such a close game already.
Well,
I see PIGA dropping the support for another recon.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to have a mirror match going on now. 3 recons, 2 assault on each team. And not to mention, the ranks are almost equal, with Renraku just leading by 1 corporal here. This is going to be really interesting here. Dahmer opening up against Sippy here, pretty much instantly. Ferry trying to catch up. People still once again utilizing the roof. I think one person on the roof, the Lizard, just waiting for striking. Shinra getting grass. Dahmer is not killed by Ferry. Instead, Ferry going down. This is going to be interesting, carrying it out here in the open field at the containers. They got control of the Ghosts, but they really don't have control with their numbers if they're just going to hold at the containers. It's a really, really tough position to fight in. The trades are happening. Lizard is down, which means the highest player going down. Yet again, the open space once again not favoring those that hold the Ghost. Renraku wins the round. That container spot, like, we have to talk about this for a second, how hard it is to actually like properly hold if you're going to utilize your entire team to just, you know, be stacked up against that. You got 4 entry points into the main area to cover from each side. 2, well, actually it's 5, because you got the center part as well, where your ladder could just come up with the main entrance being right above it. So you got 5 entry points. It's kind of crazy here.
It's not an area you want to get stuck in. I mean, you just
For sure.
You want to go there to grab the ghost and then get the hell out of there.
I mean, with the numbers, I can understand why they didn't pick it up. And while we were talking about it, 2 kills already on Renraku's board here, meaning that they got an advantage that is pretty decisive. Zippy going down. I think Ferry already going down. No, Ferry going down, Zippy going down. That's the 2 wild cards I expected to get scores. Be down and out for this round. Well, this is going to be really tough to turn around. Smile and Grass on their own against the Ghost Carrier, just spotting them for the rest. Daimler, I can assume, is a really good Ghost Caller based on, you know, probably knowing the maps really well and being one of the more articulate people I would expect to be on the Ghost Calling side. Then again, I don't really know much about the skills here. Daimler just getting that cap in.
That Ghost cap was worth a lot of points.
Yeah, they got 4 lieutenants now.
I mean, what seemed to be a very even matching so far really has turned to tide with that cap. 4 lieutenants, I mean, they're playing recon, but that means you can have up to 3 shotguns completely rolling in. So far, it seems like only 1 shotgun and 1 SRS is being utilized on the actual lieutenant side, meaning that everybody else is just rolling their classic getup. But that is still a lot of firepower. That is a lot of information here that you can get with the SRS just spotting from afar.
So PIGA switched over to 4 assaults now. I think this is the correct move. Better to slow down a bit and go on the defensive.
Both lieutenant weapons putting in work, and Zippy even getting a team kill in before he gets down by Daimler. This is devastating. This is actually what might just take away the round faster than you might expect. Grass has a lot of firepower in the basement. The MX is there to do a lot of damage, and the basement can be utilized to make the SRS really hard to give, you know, good shots from. But there is a shotgun to counter this. The shotgun, full health. Lizard just holding it in his hand, ready to get into the basement. He's probably waiting for his friends, but Daimler's there to just finish it.
Took a long time to react.
Well, that 1 sergeant is slowly pulling in to be yet another lieutenant if they don't start picking up the pace on PIGA's side. If anything, they're doing the right thing, dropping the last recon too. Now, if they learn from their previous mistakes, they will not push out to the containers to just try to seize control of the area, but instead try to keep an eye on the ghost from different angles, seeing if the enemy team is too tempted to go in. We got a fair amount of shotguns trying to give a call here, but the shotguns, as it turns out, are just not the right choice to make on the rooftops from that range.
Position, yeah. That's not what I was thinking.
Zippy going in with the 3 kill is a really good way with John just following up yet another one. It's a 1 versus 5 in an instant. Russia just trying to hold his ground. Now being the underdog in the position we just talked about, these containers definitely kind of a weird spot to be in, but he's out there. He's doing it. 2 down, 3 more to go. Nearly 4 with John taking a fair amount of damage here. Not enough. NSF actually catching up. Well, it seems like not all hope is lost, and if anything, that would boost the morale. They got the last corporal in. I think they had that in for a while.
Well, they're on the right track now.
The recons remaining recons. If they still pick the shotguns and go for the rooftop, this will be a problem. But we can see Lizard hold a dead pack here. Now, this is going to be interesting to see. The dead pack is instantly put close to the ghost, I would assume. It seems to be a misdrop, though, as it is next to the ramp rather than on the ramp. But maybe it's still able to pull something off here.
If it's on the ramp, they'll see it, so maybe it's trying to be sneaky.
Maybe, but we all know that the Source Engine is a little bit picky about verticality. Oh, quick trade here, and we are down to 4-4. They have a good chance of just turning it around because they got an MX on the board. 1 MX is enough to give that a good tide. Lego Racer, a really defensive position all the way in the back from their spawn on the shipment end here, trying to cover the entire base of the containers. Then again, if there's a quick recon to jump in, which there is not, that could be a very good counterplay later down the road. Zippy's just out to take it. Their main gun just going in.
PIGA using the ghost to create advantage here.
There's the ram, but it didn't work. The source
yeah.
engine just not doing what it should with the railing in the way. It is the nightmare that I expected, but it doesn't matter. They're falling apart one by one. The grenades, the explosives, and the shots just putting in the work afterwards. The complete change of tide as they were about to close into the cap.
I completely missed. I was trying to throw a grenade through the door, which would have helped a lot, but he missed, and yeah, that's the end of it.
Wow. I thought that dead pack just not going off is going to be devastating for them, but what seemed to be a nightmare was turned around with some quickly placed shots of that shotgun the moment the doors opened. Very good way to like work it out, letting them come out, because the shotgun would have been useless against that glass. Wow. I don't know what to say. That was crazy. Well, Ghost Lizard once again back on the rooftop. Dahmer actually holding a very good spot with the shotgun here. Instead of trying to utilize the rooftop, he's checking like closer corners in the rooftop area. But now he's daring something here. It works out because Zippy was close. But I would not try to attack the container with the shotgun at all. Five versus 3 for Renraku here. It's gonna be a little bit tough once again to pull yourself out there, but we've seen him do it before, and I'm pretty sure they can do it again with some nice placement. I say as John Kaz goes down. Ooh. Well, now they can easily grab the ghost and go for it. Dahmer once again on the calling here. They're moving to the arrows, and Smile needs to get a move on. He needs to shoot through that griddle right now. Instead of shooting through the griddle, he just decides to take a look. But he's doing the right choice coming outside immediately to not allow them to cap. Lego Rice are just in that cheeky spot between the tankers trying to get a shot in there. And he actually almost manages to pull it off. It wasn't for Lizard coming in from behind. Well, there's one support. They're getting more and more defensive. Actually, I take that back. Sippy swapping to the recon last second here, taking on an unchanged team composition for the entirety of the match so far. 3 recons and 2 assaults. I wonder, what is the support holding in this case? The support is equipped with the MX holding on to it, it seems, instead of giving it out to someone else. Everybody just hunkering down. It seems like the speed has been taken away a little bit. Zippy, really interesting position to take on Dahmer, realizing that they used the roof over and over in that spot with at least one of the players. Solar panel, really good cover here. And Grath now following up there in the lead. Support putting in the firepower to take away one of the strongest players here. Shinra tries to follow up, but Zippy with the bloodlust just coming in to take that away yet again. Rusher trying to flatten it out. Rusher has been a beast. He has a really good position with that high ground, even though he might be exposed. Once again, taking on somebody that's behind the containers, like trying to shuffle out of there. If anything, he should fall back from there being exposed so hard. Nice drop into the vents, right above the ghost. But will it be enough? Getting into the basement any moment now. There should be somebody to counter that. But there's no one. Rusher's trying to catch up. It's going to be a race right here. Through the door. Not enough to stop the cap at this point. And not even granted a single point with another kill. What a way to catch up. They got a lieutenant and 4 sergeants on the board, which is exactly what they need right now.
That's a nice cap. That was a nice cap.
It was very, very good that it took a moment for Rusher to realize that he should move. Just 2 to 3 seconds earlier to drop into the vent to try to prevent that, and he could have stopped it. Well, it seems like that was enough to get Grass back into Assault to be a little bit faster, considering he can equip the MX with the Assault as well now. but it seems like Grass has gotten an SRS instead. Ferry is going down, but it doesn't matter. If Zippy can get the drop, which he's trying to get, Lizard just on a run. Zippy just witnessing bloody murder as he's trying to catch him. Well, the catching ride was stopped. Zippy going down against the same person that just murdered John in front of his eyes. Smile pinned down from several angles. Not that it matters because he couldn't even fire back.
That's the first map.
What a round. What a round, what a map. This is exactly the kind of tempo that I would have expected from teams being close to equal. So far it is going as predicted with Renraku kind of going in a little bit stronger than PIGA, but PIGA has shown that they have what it takes to take him on. They just got to utilize it in the second map.
I didn't expect Renraku to go so heavy on recons. Like I said before, I mean, PIGA had a chance if they could up the pace and outpace Renraku, but they had no chance.